Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, Nice cool day here in Ohio, but the sun is out. It's about 45 degrees, and I've gained a bunch of weight over the winter, so I figured it's time to get out and start moving around a little bit. But I wanted to talk to you. This is in response to some comments I keep seeing on my channel, and I keep hearing that, what are you going to do with gold and silver? You can't eat it. You can't eat gold. Can't eat silver. And that's true. And there's other things you might need, and Bitcoin's the future, so on and so on. Well, I'm going to tell you my opinion, and that is that gold and silver are the only real money out there. How many fiat currency systems have failed over the years, over history? And what has remained, what has always had value was gold and silver. It's historically valuable. And if you guys think that it's the end, it's going to go away anytime soon, I think you should think again. Bitcoin is what it is. It's new. It's newer. And I don't look at it as real money. And same with fiat money. Fiat systems that are based on only the word of the government. I don't look at that as real money either. I believe everything comes back to silver and gold, and that's real money. So I want to tell you a quick story, and I found it really interesting and eye-opening. And I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine who is a former Marine, and I guess he also went back to the Middle East after his tours, after he got out of the military, and went back as a contractor, military contractor. And I had this conversation with him about, if it ever hits the fan and everything, goes crazy, all hell breaks loose, what is your plan? Do you got supplies? Do you prep? I know you got boomsticks and lead, but what's your plan? Do you have water, food, generators, that kind of stuff? And his response was interesting. He said to me, "No, why would I need that?" So I laughed and said, "What do you mean? Why would you need that? It's common sense why you would need that." And he said, "Well, I don't need to store anything, or prep or stash anything, because I'll just go take it." And I said, "What do you mean you just go take it?" He said, "Basically, everybody's house and every store or building is his storage." And it got me thinking that, it's one thing to have gold, silver, prepping supplies, food, water, those things. But how are you going to defend it against trained military guys like that? And it's not just him. He has an active plan in place, he said, that with a group of other, former military guys, that if anything happens, they're going to, they'd meet up in a certain place and work together as a group. And, it's kind of a scary scenario that there's people out there like that are trained. I was never in the military. I'm not a trained military guy. I do a lot of training on my own, a lot of practicing. I've traveled to take many courses on boomstick training. I'm pretty proficient at that, but I don't have any formal military training. And how is one guy going to be able to protect themselves or protect their stuff with guys like that out there? So it's just something to think about. I'm not saying I necessarily know the answer right off the bat, because I don't. But I figured I'd share that with you, because that's a pretty interesting story I heard. So I would think that it would be a good idea to keep yourself in shape, as I'm trying to do right now, get myself in shape just by walking. But also get some training to protect yourself, protect what you have, and have a plan in place, you know, in case things go awry. You know, nothing may ever happen, and that's fine, because I really don't want anything major to happen. It just seems like it's going to happen, as I've talked about to you guys before about. And you need to have a plan in place. You know, you need to have a method, security system, you know, have your stuff in place where nobody could get to it, and have a way to protect yourself and protect your stuff. And that takes training, obviously. So I would suggest, if you're going to do this right, I would definitely get some training. Back to silver and gold and how it can be used in a SHTF scenario. And I think it's going to depend on different levels of what's going on. If it's just a slow financial demise or a collapse of the currency slowly, then gold and silver should reign supreme. If it's something that happens quickly overnight, and the populace starts to get crazy and violent, that's when the boomstick and lead and, you know, supplies come in handy. You're going to need that. So yes, I understand in the comments that some of you guys say, well, you know, with the gold and silver, that it's not going to save you. It's not supposed to save you. You're supposed to save yourself and be ready for whatever happens. And I'm not telling you to live in, you know, this panic state of mind where you're thinking any second doomsday is going to hit, because that's crazy. You know, you got to live your life. But you know, obviously, especially with the business I'm in, I'm a big believer in silver and gold. And like I said, that's the only true money in my mind. But there are other things you should have, and you should get prepared just in case. That's it. It's just in case. But, you know, you do what you want. You do what's right for you and your family, and what you think you might need. So, one more thing, and that has to do with inflation. My son asked me on the way home today when I was out if I wouldn't mind picking him up a cheeseburger from one of these cheeseburger chains. And I went in there and ordered a cheeseburger for him and a small fries. That's what he wanted. And I went to pay. It was $16. $16 for a cheeseburger and small fries. And it's just, you know, like a fast food takeout burger place. I mean, that's crazy. I don't know how people are still coming up with the money to eat. I mean, because it seems like everybody's still spending crazy amounts of money. And I don't know where it's coming from. You know, I guess everybody's rich now. I don't know. It's probably more likely it's just living off of credit, and everybody's running up their credit card debt, and I think we're going to head into a big hole when this bubble bursts. The stock market seems to be in a big tech bubble. It kind of reminds me of the bubble that burst with the internet back in the day. Big tech companies, and that burst, and this seems like a bigger bubble. But you know, who's to say? Some people are making a lot of money in the stock market. I'm not one of them. I don't invest much in the markets, but you know, I'm no expert on it. It just seems like it's out of control, especially with this. It's mostly generated by this AI stuff, and it's propped up the markets quite a bit. But that's all I really want to talk to you guys about today. Really, that story about my Marine buddy was, I thought was something I wanted to share with you today, and how interesting that is, and eye-opening. But if you have any comments about that, and if you have any tips for the channel, I would appreciate it if you'd leave them in the comments. And please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a great day.